baby, like, ooh, it's all another flower lane. The sun goes around the state. Can't wait for the long day. 'Cause baby, like, ooh, it's all another flower lane. The sun goes around the state.
Tell you at what point I figured I'd be better wearing hats and shoes that belong to you. The lice and itchy feet those parodies have given me, at least I now know my own body. Daydream and you walking next time I'm home. There are things that I could say to melt the world and break your brain apart. But I don't know why I'm afraid to speak. I'm on the wall. Easy there to find it, what is inside
the windowsill, walking down 8th Avenue with you. Our fingers touching the light, you pull back blush and delight. Call me when you get back home. Meet me at Manhattan Henge, meet me under Columbus Circle. I'll be waiting there for you. Meet me when the stars align, meet me when the earth divides. I'll be waiting there for you. Cotton candy clouds reflected in your eyes, merry-go-rounds in my heart, illuminated by flashing signs. You take my hand and you pull me inside. When did everyone else disappear? Meet me at Manhattan Henge, meet me under Columbus Circle. I'll be waiting there for you. Meet me when the stars align, meet me when the earth divides. I'll be waiting there for you. Meet me at Manhattan Henge, meet me under Columbus Circle. I'll be waiting there for you. Meet me when the stars align, meet me when the earth divides. I'll be waiting there for you. Chatting in a coffee shop, sitting by the windowsill, walking down 8th Avenue